A considerable volume of side streams originating from agricultural and forestry operations goes unutilized. However, these could find use, for example, as organic recycled fertilizers that enhance soil health or as industrial raw materials, particularly within the pharmaceutical and cosmetics industries. At the present, of all the fertilizers currently in use, approximately 7% are recycled, and the demand for them is continuously growing. The application of recycled fertilizers substantially strengthens our national security of supply, as they offer a sustainable, domestic alternative to conventional chemical fertilizers. Organic matter significantly improves the soil's overall growing condition, and in turn, this boosts its resilience to stress and ensures more reliable crop yields. A farmer can earn additional income by selling the byproducts of the production, for example, to the processing industries. Industries striving to replace the use of virgin raw materials with recycled materials such as bio-based side streams. Leveraging side streams offers substantial economic benefits. Concurrently, this approach significantly reduces waste management expenses and elevates the domestic content of manufactured products. Furthermore, bio-based side streams can also be efficiently converted into ecological biogas.
We have this fertilization side streams, and then we have soil improvement side streams. And from the fertilization side streams, we have a wide variety of specific nutrients that we are looking for, because you can't necessarily get all the nutrients in equal amounts directly from recycled streams. But you have to look for a specific nutrient there. In that case, we use potato cell sap for potassium fertilization, especially when we have sugar beets, which require a lot of potassium. That is what we use it for. Then we also have concentrated nitrogen liquid fertilizers. We have used these kinds of booster fertilizers, which are used for the enrichment of the slurry to get more soluble nitrogen in there and slightly reduce the total application rates. And then naturally we also use quite a lot of manure, so depending on the specific field what we can apply there. But we aim to use chicken manure, broiler manure, especially if phosphorus levels are low, and then also slurry and dry manure from a biogas facility. The Riikka manure is used quite well for soil improvement, especially since it's a bit less nutrient rich. Also since phosphorus can be sourced from certain limestones, we use it for phosphorus fertilization. If we can't apply chicken or broiler manure to the plot, then we use phosphorus rich limes. And on the soil improvement front, of course, gypsum has been part of our efforts, and then also the soil improvement fibers. So these are typically used in plots that are, for instance, located near water bodies. This allows us to reduce nutrient runoff into the waterways, and simultaneously we ensure that the nutrients remain in the soil. That's where these products are utilized. And from gypsum, of course, sulfur has also played quite a significant role in terms of fertilization too. So we are able to utilize various nutrients from different products, and then it forms a cohesive whole, which we then implement in our crop planning afterwards. Farmers should genuinely be interested in this topic, because in Finland we have a lot of research and many projects ongoing right now concerning the optimization of recycled nutrient use. So be interested in things and see what might really suit your own farm. So you'll find numerous alternatives there, and from that point you can begin to analyze if this particular path would be suitable for you. And even if you don't immediately perceive the advantages, they can still materialize in the long run during the most challenging years. And through that, naturally, you can then establish connections with industry professionals, companies and researchers, and acquire that valuable information from them as well. And cooperation really plays a big role in this, because I didn't have experience in the slurry sector myself before. So we worked with rented tanks and in cooperation with the neighbors. So that cooperation is a really big deal. And mapping out the neighbors a bit to see what things we could do together in cooperation, and clarifying your own situational picture, like what the actual situation with the fields really is, like what nutrients are needed and what the organic matter levels are.
We specialize in the formulation, development, manufacturing, and packaging of natural cosmetics. Natural cosmetics became a significant part of our factory's operations at a very early stage, and from that point we have begun to refine and focus that expertise. Today, we are truly at the forefront in Finland when it comes to natural cosmetics formulation. We are actually the very first Finnish cosmetics factory to have been granted EcoCert certification for the entirety of its production process. Natural cosmetics are based on natural ingredients that are sourced from nature. And nowadays people want them to be pure. They want to know their origin, how they've been manufactured, and if they're local and Finnish, then it's always better. It often comes as a surprise to many that when we are in Finland and Finns are manufacturing products surrounded by Finland's pristine nature, there aren't as many truly Finnish, domestically sourced raw materials available as one might initially assume, and there's a really significant demand for much more. Ingredients that can be utilized in cosmetics can be almost any kind of natural raw material that then brings some added value to the final product. It can originate from plants, from seeds, or from anywhere. The raw materials are truly of many different kinds, and there is certainly a strong demand for them. If only there was some kind of innovative product that would be introduced as something entirely new to the market, I believe that the demand for it would be very, very high. We often ponder and sigh, wishing, if only we had something like this, if only a jar, a container, or a pot would just drop down from somewhere for us where we could store that cosmetics that would originate from the circular economy and side streams. But another thing that we use a lot of is all kinds of packaging material, which is related to the packaging, sending, and transporting of that cosmetics. I could easily imagine that there could be a demand for a completely new innovation to reduce that traditional paper and replace it with something else, which could very well come from the circular economy and side streams.
When we add organic nutrients from these recycled products, Kimmy says, we make the soil healthier, and when the soil is healthier, we have fields that are more resilient to extreme weather conditions. A water protection aspect is also included, so many different perspectives benefit from this. And finally, when there are more affordable nutrients, it also provides an economic benefit to the farmer. So there are so many aspects that come together in recycled nutrients.
Even very small amounts can be valuable raw materials for another.
What kind of byproducts could you potentially utilize?